Hello, thank you so much for clicking this video today. I really appreciate it. It has been 8 months since I've made a video, since I've just sat here and talked to my camera. Of course, I've made a podcast with Charles Hoskinson, Frederick Regard, and Mickey Watkins, but I haven't had the time just to sit down and make an educational video for you guys. And today, that changes. We're making a video on stablecoins on Cardano. USDC will come to Cardano. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. If you stay till the end, we're going to be doing a $100 giveaway in ADA to people that comment down below. What you have to comment, I'll mention at the very end of this video, and then I'll also DM you on Twitter or Discord. So make sure you come to the Discord server that I'm going to have linked down below for you to actually enter that giveaway. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the existing stablecoins that are on Cardano, stablecoins that could come in the future, a developing narrative with USDC, what Charles Hoskinson has to say about USDC, what Frederick Regard has to say about USDC, because in that podcast that I did with him, he actually mentioned that they're in negotiations with Circle. They just end up, giving up on the agreement. So I'm going to go into everything we know now and what is coming in the future. Let's jump right into the video today. You may already know what a stablecoin is, but we're in that time again. A lot of new people are starting to come to Cardano. They're starting to get into cryptocurrency. So I'm going to do a brief explanation of what a stablecoin is and why people use them. There's a lot of people in cryptocurrency that ask the question, why would you ever sell? The dollar's inflating or the euro's inflating. Why would I ever sell my cryptocurrency? Well, look at the volatility of cryptocurrency. We all have normal lives. We all have bills to pay. And, family comes first, obviously. And if you look at ADA, ADA went to $3.10 and fell all the way down to what at the lowest, 25 cents, 20 cents. So if you would have, taken some out, even if you're, crazy and only take 10% out at the top, you would have a lot more ADA now. You would have had the ability to DCA and build the value that you have in crypto. And how awesome would that be able to do it on chain, trustfully, in a way that you can trust that you're not going to lose your US dollars overnight from a smart contract hack or from a bridge hack that's coming from another chain. This is why native stablecoins on Cardano are important. When ADA goes to X price in the next bull market, you're going to need the ability to take some of that out. And maybe you put some in your bank account, maybe you keep some on chain for DCAs, but native stable coins on Cardano is very important, for liquidity, for new users. So what options, do we have now? Right now in cryptocurrency, there's about 2 different options of stable coins, or maybe 3, if you consider some, niche differences between them. But the first one is, what we all know, USDC, where there is $1 that is backed up and verified and regulated in a bank account. I personally use Ethereum. Most of my Ethereum use is holding USDC or paying developers with that USDC. And we don't have this on Cardano. Circle doesn't actually give us the ability to use USDC on Cardano. The only way for them to do this is either to bridge the asset over, which I would never touch with the 10-foot pole. Bridges are always hacked. And then the other option is to have it native. Them come in, they have X amount of money that's backed up in a bank account, and they mint these tokens on Cardano with a smart contract. And all of these tokens will be minted from a smart contract. There needs to be some data layer that accepts, data from the bank account. However, we are trusting a centralized party with this. There are other, decentralized options of stablecoins. If you look at JED, or if you look at, Indigo's, synthetic asset, but these are relying on algorithms and collateralized assets. The way JED is actually matched to a dollar is by having ADA backed up in there. And the collateral ratio for JED at minimum has to be 400%. So for every dollar in JED, there's at least $4 of ADA backing it up, unless it goes below that, which it did go below that in the bear market. I think it went down to 360, still drastically over collateralized, but it is, a bit scary. It's a bit risky, especially if you do really well in this bull market and, you want to take out, $50,000 or X amount of money for your family, or X amount of money to, DCA back into ADA or into other assets. You don't want to be worried about that. You don't want to have that risk there. And to me, Circle and USDC, they've been tried and true. There's a lot of money in it. A lot of the industry relies on them. So having it on Cardano would be very good. Whereas me personally, anything over a few $1,000s, I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to put it in IUSD. I'm not going to put it in, any of these new stable coins that are on Cardano or JED. Another one that's came out is Mihen official, which we're going to be going into in just a second. Sorry if I can't pronounce that right. A little new to the, that new project that's launching. We're going to be going into it later in this video, talking more about it. Yeah, we need a way to store USD or other, assets on Cardano so that when, times change, we have the ability to immediately pull out into more stable assets. And Cardano is severely lacking in the liquidity of these stable assets. So sorry for going on a long ramble there. We're going to go into where we're at now. We have some comments from Charles Hoskinson about USDC, Frederick Gergard, myself, and, another YouTuber, Dan, CCV, is actually working on creating a team to bring USDC to Cardano. So I hope that explanation made sense, and let's get on to the later parts of the video. A second ago, I mentioned that I wouldn't trust IUSD. That's no, hate towards Indigo. I just, I use Indigo personally, but when it comes to holding, large amounts of dollars, I do not trust over collateralized assets. But when we talk about, the actual products that I use on Cardano, Indigo is one of 3 DeFi products that I use, on a semi-daily basis on Cardano. So shout out to Indigo, love EC over there. I'm just not, the biggest fan of over collateralized USD for large amounts, and there still is a liquidity problem there. So let's get on to our first tweet from Charles Hoskinson here. A little exciting. Why can't IOHK Media pay for USDC? At IOHK Charles, it seems like it should be a priority for onboarding more devs and users. 8 figures is a lot, but Cardano is a multi-billion-dollar asset. Why should I pay? This is from Charles Hoskinson here, the next reply. Why should I pay? Why is this my responsibility? Please explain it to me like I'm 5. So, his claim here, I think, is pretty valid. He's stating that, why is it my job to pay? Cardano is a completely decentralized ecosystem at this point. So why should it, be Daddy Charles's problem to pay this, $10 million plus for USDC? So where does this 8-figure number come from? I actually have a podcast that I recorded with Frederick Gergard that I'm going to show very briefly right here, where he talks about the actual, amount. He was in talks with the founders of USDC Circle on integrating USDC to Cardano, and what they asked for was higher than an 8-figure number. So is that 10 million? Is that 20 million? We really don't know at this point. My hope is it's around the $10 million range. I see if some of that is actually provided as liquidity for Cardano, I can see how that could be valuable. And what I mean by is it provided as liquidity, well, let's say it's a $1 million setup cost, maybe another $1 million for the smart contracting work, the integration, that data layer that's necessary, the regulation, and then the other $8 million is $8 million of liquidity in USDC that we can all use. Okay, that seems like a fair use of Catalyst funds. Maybe it's not. Maybe you think it's not. What do you think of Charles's response here? Let us know in the comments down below. Also, do you think $10 million is too much to pay for in Catalyst funds, or us all pooling money together for USDC? Do you feel that Circle is being a bit harsh with us, or do you think that that is a fair value? Let me know down below, and we'll play, Frederick's response to that $10 million right now.
Many of these stablecoin projects, they live on something we call integration fees. So what we did was we basically, we took contact to them. We asked an integration fee, right? So this double-digit millions, and then we looked at the on-chain activity for other blockchain protocols who paid them. And what we saw was we didn't see a tremendous spike in the activity after the USDC implementation. So then we basically, I was actually surprised. I was expecting the spike in the transactions, and then we basically said, can you break down the costs? It's about one, right? Yeah. Yeah. What am I getting here? Yeah. And they couldn't or wouldn't, right? They basically say, yeah, well, I can break it down, but what you will see is that there's a big premium for us. So this is what I was like, yeah, well, okay, then I'm not the right guy, because how should I, say that, what's been entrusted to us to ensure that Cardano exists in 10, 20, 30 years, and I spent a tremendous amount of that based on something where I can't verify the actual value in on-chain data. and I'm paying somebody millions without actually being able to sort of verify that it's millions worth of work.
So, I saw this tweet here from Charles Hoskinson, and, he was saying, why should I have to pay? Why is this my responsibility? And he was honestly alluding to the fact that it's you and I's responsibility to get this done. And after reading that, I thought, well, let's see what we can do to get it done. So I sent an email to Circle. I sent an email to Frederick Gergard, saying, hey, where was this deal left off? Could I pick up communications with Circle? Could I find other people to help me with this? So I created a tweet and said, would anyone like to work together to create a path for USDC to come to Cardano? And this posted exceedingly well. It's sitting at 46,000 views, 648 likes, 88 comments. People want USDC on Cardano. Some of those comments are saying, no, we don't want it. And that opinion is why I ultimately think that this should be held up to a vote. Should we use Catalyst funds to pay for this? Should CF pay for it? CF's going to say no. IOG's going to say no, we're not going to pay for it. So really all that's left there is treasury funds. Well, there's actually over $500 million in the treasury. And, some would say that USDC may be worth 10 million of that $500 million that we have in the treasury. Did you know that actually there's a 20% tax on all of your staking rewards that goes towards the Catalyst treasury? And that's how it reached $500 million. There's over $1.8 billion sitting in there now. And, that's going to fund a lot of new projects that are starting. But, is that worth it? Is that 20% tax worth it? Let me know down below. But considering that you've paid that tax, if you've been in this, this ecosystem as long as I have, you should have a say on whether this Circle deal happens or whether that money's worth it. And then, I did another tweet and I said, reply to this tweet if you want to see native USDC on Cardano. All we need is the option to vote in Catalyst. To have that option, we need to show how much the community cares about this vote. Again here, 1,000 likes, 350 replies. We got a reply from Hit Network down here somewhere. Formerly, that's formerly BitBoys Network. Obviously new leadership over there, but they have a large channel. They're interested. They're not even, heads down in the Cardano community, and they're already replying to this tweet. So, it shows you how much the broader ecosystem may notice, given that USDC is added on Cardano. So, what are your thoughts there? Would you vote yes? Would you vote no? Let me know in a comment down below. So there's another prominent YouTuber in this ecosystem. His name's, Dan. I've known him for a little bit. Crypto Recruit. He goes by Dan CCV on YouTube, and I would honestly go to say he's probably the largest Cardano YouTuber that there is now. Has a large focus on TA. I could never do that. He's much better than me at that. So, he has a very large voice and a large audience, and a lot of it's retail users. These are users that you don't normally see on Twitter, and he made a tweet actually around the exact same time as I made my tweet. I made this tweet back here. Would anyone like to work together to create a path for USDC? And he says, around the same time, let me look at the timestamps here. We're sitting at 4:43. I'm at 4:31. So I beat him by like 10, 20 minutes, barely even 20. He says, USDC on Cardano. It's time. I'm assembling a team. In this post, I'm going to explain why USDC on Cardano is a good thing, what I'm thinking about doing, and how you can help it. Please like and share for the community to see. Firstly, I adamantly believe that USDC should be implemented on Cardano. There's debate around this, and we should always keep a healthy debate going. But he goes into his reasons of why he believes to see it: wider adoption, interoperability, efficiency, increased use cases, market confidence. I really do agree with the market confidence here. Just seeing USDC on another chain that I haven't heard of, I'm going to be a little more interested in it. If it has native USDC that's not bridged, I'm going to be like, wow, that's, pretty legitimate. There's almost legitimacy that comes here. So, he also mentions what I mentioned earlier. Circle requires a fee to implement USDC. There's a lot involved here. And, what's going to have to happen here is a lot of product management. Someone's going to have to, handle this deal. I've already reached out to Circle. I've already reached out to CF, as I mentioned earlier, to see where this deal was left off, to see if I could help at all. I mentioned to Dan, if he really wants to take this on, I'll use my network and my resources, my product management skills to help him in any way that I can, but he could take this on entirely, or I could just connect the right people to see this done. But in my opinion, this needs to come to a vote. So I replied to this tweet somewhere down here and I said, hey, we had the same idea. I was being a little cheeky. I said, I beat you by 20 minutes. And then, he actually mentioned later down here that he brought this up a while ago. He brought this up on January 11th, so 3 days ago. Okay, let's get USDC on Cardano. I'm serious. Let's do this. And he's right. I can see the headlines. Cardano takes a massive step towards decentralization as community onboards USDC. What do you think? So, Danny, he kind of came out here and, I didn't have this tweet ready, so we're going to scroll to it really quickly. But he kind of had a little bit of an obfuscation. He's like, hey, it's not really my job, it seemed like. Let's see if I can find the tweet here. But really all we need is the option here. And it's like, well, why are we all going to Daniel for this? Well, he's, one of the larger people at the Catalyst team. He's who you can talk to. If you need help with Catalyst, if you're having troubles, you reach out to Daniel. He's been a very helpful guy. He's an awesome guy. He started as a community really leader before he joined the IOG team. And now he's, a big part of Catalyst. So that's why we tagged him. I also tagged Intersect. As far as I know, the two people the two entities that are going to have access to Cardano treasury funds right now is Project Catalyst and is Intersect. To me, this seems more as an Intersect expense because of the technical requirements of it. I kind of view Catalyst almost as, smaller asks in maybe the $50,000 or even $10,000 to $500,000 range, whereas I see Intersect as a big ask where multiple companies are working together to accomplish a public good. And in the $10 million range, that seems like an Intersect job to me, especially when you have to have multiple parties here, a smart contract firm come in, legal team come in, someone to actually create the proposal. There is a lot of project management here, but at minimum with my network, I'd be happy to help out in doing this. I think it would be very good for Cardano. Again, let me know what you guys would think of this down below. So I've been gone for 8 months. I have made a video with, some podcasts, but what have I been working on in that time? Well, I've been working on Atrium, and we've also been working on some updates for Bloom. We're going to get into the Bloom updates in a minute. They're pretty exciting as well. But what is Atrium? Very briefly, Atrium is an all-in-one app that's being built on top of Cardano. It's going to be the heart of Cardano. What it does is it aggregates the various financial services like swapping, lending, buying NFTs into one application that teaches you how to use it with easy motion graphic videos. I've helped people at coffee shops. I'm the guy that the family calls when somebody asks about crypto. They need help, they need this. So I go sit down with them. And what I've realized, they have to go to 7 or 8 or 9 different websites to do all of these various services that we use or to get those educational resources. And it's really just too much for the average user. So we're building Atrium as a way for you to onboard and us to onboard the next million users to Cardano, because all we need to do is hand them one link and we'll have an onboarding process that, teaches them what's the differences between, Cardano and Bitcoin. How do we onboard to Cardano? What is a hot wallet? What is a cold wallet? All of these basic things that you and I may understand, these, new users, once the bull market comes around, they're not going to understand it. So on top of, this all-in-one app, this all-in-one platform, we're releasing a new smart contract called Staking Baskets. Staking Baskets allow you to delegate to up to 110 stake pools at the same time and earn Cardano native tokens plus your ADA staking rewards. To demo Baskets, we're actually allowing you to delegate to up to 50 single stake pool operators and earn your ADA rewards plus the Atrium DAO token at the same time to support Cardano's decentralization, 50 small businesses, and give you DAO tokens on top of your ADA staking rewards. However, if you don't like our first basket, you can come in here and create your own basket with your own stake pools and your own Cardano native token incentive. So, really what it is a staking basket ecosystem where anyone can come in and create their own staking basket. And the diffusion basket is the basket that the Atrium DAO is releasing to help decentralize Cardano. So that's, we've been working on this for about a year now, but there's a little general update. We're doing an incentivized testnet soon where you can actually earn DAO tokens on mainnet for trying out our app on testnet by depositing into staking baskets. So if you want to earn some DAO tokens that are airdropped to your wallet, or you'll have to claim them, just join our Discord server down below for more information. Follow us on Twitter. I'm really excited about this one. We're going to be releasing this very soon. The incentivized testnet, the staking basket, smart contracts done, and we've made a lot of progress. So see you soon, Atrium followers. Just a general Bloom update. We've actually been doing a complete site revamp, and we've been looking at ways to actually increase rewards for users using that initial pledge that we have. So we're going to be releasing the site update within the next couple of months. We're also going to be releasing new ways that you can actually have the ability to earn greater rewards from Bloom. Of course, it's not guaranteed for everyone, but we have been investigating this for a while. The site revamp is almost done. We've been working on some of the blockchain integration recently, so more exciting things coming to Bloom. You're also going to be able to stake, to Bloom directly from our website now, and you can connect your wallet, which is pretty cool. And then, eventually what we'd like to have is a loyalty reward store where you can use those Bloom tokens that you've been earning, to buy, cool Cardano based items, maybe Cardano merch, Bloom merch, maybe Crypt Keepers. So, we'll keep releasing updates on that as they come. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to look at Mihen, maybe pronouncing it wrong once again, but what are they? What are they doing? They're actually bringing a stablecoin to Cardano. And, after looking into it for today's video, it's been brought to my attention and I'm pretty excited about it. So, essentially what you're going to be able to do is log into their dApp, and you're going to have to KYC, and it's available in 19 different jurisdictions right now. Here's where it's approved. So where I'm at in Florida, it's not approved, but it's pending. Here are the pending states. Here are the approved states. But what you're going to be able to do is actually get into a dApp, KYC, connect your Cardano wallet to it, and then use real US dollars to bring your dollars onto Cardano. That's really exciting. Just being able to mint that myself is really cool. I'm not sure what the fees are going to be behind that. But, the fact that they're, not already available in all of these states actually makes me excited about it. Any product in cryptocurrency that puts regulation second is not really going to be a good product in the long term because regulation is coming. So the fact that, you're not even able to use this in 30 states actually makes me, or 31 states actually makes me feel better about using this product because they are taking the time to work individually with all of these different jurisdictions. And, they actually were supposed to release it on December 7th. However, there was a delay and they take a long time going into this delay. To be honest with you, I'm not reading why they're delaying it, but I'm building my own product. So I know that often delays are good. You're going to release a better product for users. But make sure you guys take a look at this project. I'm going to link it down below, but somebody, without us having USDC, obviously, I'm going to do my best to, work on this and do what I can to bring it to Cardano. But in the meantime, they've already done a lot of this work. They've already done the development. They were planning on launching on December 7th. They didn't, but the fact that they planned that date means that it's probably coming, very soon, much faster than we can have USDC on Cardano. So that's the video. First one in 8 months. Did you enjoy it? Let me know down below. I want to get back into doing this again. As I mentioned, running Bloom and building Atrium, it's taken a lot of time. It hasn't left a lot of time for making videos. If you want to enter that giveaway, make sure you join the Discord server down below, the BigPay Discord server. I'll start up a little giveaway on there for $100 in ADA that you can earn directly to your ADA wallet. And what you need to comment down below if you want to see it. I'm thinking about doing a Friday live stream again. That's how I got my start. I used to do the Monday AMAs. So I was thinking about doing like a Friday news update with an AMA at the end of it. If you want to see it and you also want to enter the giveaway, type in Friday AMA, BigPay is back, all caps, and that'll enter you the giveaway. And remember, you also got to join the Discord. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and making it to the end. I know it's been 8 months, but that doesn't mean, I've just given up on Cardano or I don't respect this YouTube channel or you guys. I needed this time to sit back, learn more about the industry, learn more about myself, learn more about development so that I can bring you better quality videos. But I must say, I'm smiling pretty big here. It's not fake. It feels really good to make a video again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to 2024. Happy ETF news. I mean, that's huge for crypto. It may, BlackRock's the one who did it, so it may be bad in the long run, but it's good for right now. More legitimacy for our industry. And yeah, it's crazy to think, that we'd make it this far. You know, looking back at my roots, just making this on a laptop in my college dorm, it's really crazy to see how far Cardano's come. You know, I know we just dropped 90% in a bear market, but look how damn well we're doing. Seriously, you know, drama, 2024 is here. Let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen.